Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how I get people to pay me $76,000 per month at 16 years old. So let's get into it. And the first step is that funnels are completely outdated. Funnels don't work, right? Because traditionally you'd run an ad to a landing page, you'd have about 10% of people click through, then you have whatever percent of people watch your VSL, then the people who watch the VSL, a percentage of those people go on to book a sales call, then a percentage of those people no-show, percentage of those are unqualified. And so what this process is it's one shot, it's one opportunity to succeed. You literally have to get the ad right, you have to get the landing page right, you have to get the VSL right, you have to get the sales call right, the follow-ups right. Every single part of this is one shot, and if one little micro thing goes wrong, you're done, right? Because people can click off the landing page, they can never see you again, they can click off the ad and never see you again, the VSL never see you again, they can not show up to the sales call, they can, just leave the sales call because they don't respect you and trust you because you haven't built that, you haven't built that connection and nurtured them. So you have one shot here. And I don't know about you, but I'd like to have multiple shots because multiple shots allow me to have the highest chance of winning, okay? Then we go to the whole ecosystem side of things, all right? So when it comes to an ecosystem, this is what you need to be running, where we run a CRA ad, which stands for Cognitive Response Ad, which is a target Instagram ad that triggers a specific psychological reaction inside of the mind of the prospect, which allows us to get them to click through at an even higher percentage and follow us on Instagram, where 100% of people enter our ecosystem, right? Where they're getting nurtured by our content, by our stories, by our YouTube content. And within these things, we're embedding, our results, we're embedding our value, we're embedding our personality, our messaging, all these different things to make people like us, to trust us, to value us, so that when it comes to getting on the sales call, we have multiple shots, right? Because let's say that someone has been in our ecosystem for a week. They like us, they trust us, they're nurtured. Cool. Now, the appointment setter will go through the profile conversion process where they leverage one-to-one human connection to book them into a sales call with a 50% book-in rate. So about 50% of the people who come through this funnel are qualified, and 50% of the people who we put into the profile conversion process are booked into a call, okay? So from there, they're going to close at a way higher rate, right? Because they've been in this ecosystem getting nurtured. The cash collection rate's also going to be higher. But anyone who doesn't pay, anyone who leaves the sales call without buying, they're remaining in the ecosystem. So 50% close, 50% remain inside of the ecosystem where they get nurtured. Maybe it's for a year, maybe it's for 2 years, but that human connection is still being built. The people are still seeing the results, the value, the personality, the messaging, so that eventually they're going to come back and bite again. And so instead of it being this one stop, this dead end process, it's literally a loop. It's a flywheel, it's a circle, it's infinite, which is incredibly valuable to have in this day and age, because trust is the most important currency in 2025, and this ecosystem funnel is the epitome of trust. We're not asking for anything, we're just giving free value up front. People are getting free value, they're getting nurtured, they're liking us, trusting us, believing in our unique mechanism, and then we use one-to-one human connection, leveraged at scale, to book in a sales call. So here's how it actually works now. We run CRA ads once again to get the followers. Those followers are on our Instagram landing page, which has the reels, the stories, the results, the highlights, the optimized bio, all these different things to nurture people. From there, we even send people from the Instagram to what we call the microwave method, which is on YouTube. Because why microwave? Microwaves rapidly heat up food. And so this process rapidly heats up leads and sets the stage for them to convert, where then we use the profile conversion process. So let's get into how this specifically works. So when it comes to the traffic source, CRA ads, it is usually leveraging trends. So we want to make sure our ads look like what other people consume organically. That's why the CTA of our ad, for example, is literally like what normal people, normal organic videos ask people to do anyway. It's just a sniper strategy. It's hyper targeted. We're literally zoning out the exact audience, the exact group of people in the market that we want to target, and then we're sniping them, right? We're calling them out in the ads. We're telling them to get just giving them free value. Bang, super easy, okay? From there, you want to have like 3 different real formats or real trends of these ads. We have story ads, where the ads look like what? An Instagram story. How does it work? We use basically the AIDA copywriting framework. So we have attention, we call them out in the hook, then we build their interest, right? Then we build their desire, right? So we're having proof and a statement here to build desire, and then we have the call to action. Now, this copywriting framework is extremely powerful. You can apply this to any ad. You capture attention, you build interest, Then you build a desire and then you convert, okay? And a more specific one within that is call out, which is basically attention. Old way versus new way, that's interest. Proof, bang, and then CTA, action. Simple, okay? So here's a few other ones, right? Attention, and then we kind of have interest here as well. Interest, desire, action, bang. Attention, interest, desire, action. Attention, interest, desire, action. So this copywriting framework is incredibly powerful, and I would suggest everyone using it. This is kind of distilled in a more, concise way where it's result, unique mechanism, and CTA. But once again, we boil that down to AIDA. Anyway, that's my favorite copywriting framework. Anyone who knows me knows I love that. Then we come to video ads, where these video ads are more in depth. They dive into the problems more, and they usually perform the best. And this is what we're the most bullish on, where it's literally a video ad, professional setup, well dressed. This is my business partner Siggy, and it's really just going through the problems, then agitating the problems by making them feel permanent, by digging the knife deeper into the wound so that it sets the stage for a change, because the human mind cannot deal with problems that go unsolved. That hurts a lot. And so in an ad, when you make people realize that if they don't take action, their problems are going to go unsolved, that sets a perfect stage to hit them with a call to action, where we run a mid-roll call to action midway through the ad to actually convert the people who are already kind of sold from this pain and inaction, okay? Bang. From there, we then want to introduce the solution, and then we want to talk about the outcome. So the desired outcome, and then we want to have 3 client results for that proof, and then an identity-based call to action where if they don't take the action, they're violating the identity they want to become. So how do we do this? Usually it looks something like this. If that sounds like you, then go to my profile and drop me a follow, where I'll show you how to do X, Y, and Z for 100% free, okay? Now, the reason why that is a good idea is because it's basically like if they don't take that action, then they don't want to become the person that they want to become, because it's a no-brainer, it's free. So it kind of tricks people and forces them into doing it. Then we have testimonial ads. So testimonial ads are great for proof, and the way we run these is before after bridge. That's kind of the framework. So the client talks about where they were before, then where they were after, and then how the solution bridged that gap, and they're heavily edited, and you run this on retargeting, okay? The way these work so effectively is when you have not 1, not 2, not 3, but like literally 5+ running in the same ad set at scale. Because the whole perception is, imagine you click onto someone's profile from this ad, and then you're like, okay, this is cool, whatever. And you just start forcefully seeing literally 5 of these videos per day. Like, you're going to start to think, okay, this guy has the sauce. This guy has something I don't have. And you're going to be getting followers for between $1 to $3, leads for $1 to $3. Now, traditionally, we'd send traffic to a landing page, but now we send it to a profile. So we need to use the optimized landing page, the Instagram landing page right here, where you have an authoritative profile picture with lifestyle. You have an authority line in the bio. Then you have who you help, and then you have a CTA to YouTube. The whole way this runs is authority. Authority is so important because people trust authority, and it's a mental shortcut in someone's mind if you have authority. Think about it. If you don't have authority, then people need to think about if what you're saying is legit. If you do have authority, then people bypass that and they go straight to believing you, and there we have trust. So you need to build authority so that you can have that trust, so that you can leverage the most important currency and make a ton of money, okay? So from here, you can see I have authority right here. You can see I have authority right here. You can see I have my ICP here, and then you can see I have unique mechanism here. Simple. Then we have a call to action to YouTube. Why? YouTube is the microwave method. I'm gonna get into that in a second here. And then we have the highlight flyout. Once again, what does this build subconsciously? It builds what? Authority. It builds the perception that I have a ton of clients, so that I personally make a ton of money, and that all my clients are killing it. Bang, easy. See that? Now we've built that authority needed to have trust so that we can convert people and once again leverage that most important currency in this day and age. From there, we have reels and lifestyle content, okay? So on your Instagram landing page, people are seeing your stories, right? Your lifestyle, your reels, your YouTube content, and even your DMs. That's another topic for later. Anyway, when it comes to your YouTube content, a microwave rapidly warms food, YouTube rapidly warms leads. So you want to be posting content consistently. You can see here, if you look at my channel, I've been posting on YouTube every single day. You want to use your unique mechanisms and have complex breakdowns. Guys, when we've onboarded new clients recently, the YouTube has been so effective at nurturing them that when we look into their ads manager, they literally have ads running with our unique mechanism, which is CRA ads. So people are literally running ads with our unique mechanism because they're getting this nurtured, okay? So the whole thing is like value per second. People need to spend time with you, and it's basically the Instagram ecosystem on steroids, all right? But we use the Instagram ecosystem to pour traffic into it. And so the philosophy is like every follower sees your daily stories. Some click through to YouTube where I post niche breakdowns, and even if 100 people watch, that's 100 people spending 15 minutes with me. Imagine how much time it would be to spend 15 minutes individually with 100 people. This will build trust faster than any funnel ever could because you're not asking anything from anyone. You're genuinely providing values. Now it comes to the topic of DMs. So let's get into that. We want to have conversations. Conversations are so important. Why? More conversations mean more money. Because the whole objective of this funnel is to get followers who we then nurture, who we then build trust with, who we build authority with, so that we can use that mental shortcut when it comes to booking a call and then buying from them. And then we have one-to-one conversations to build more trust. The authority builds the trust, and then the one-to-one conversations with you build the trust because of all the content. So what this means is that you'll have high reply rates, you'll have high booking rates, you'll have people coming to you who genuinely like and trust you and who love your philosophy. And so to leverage this, because obviously you don't have the time to sit in the DMs 24/7, we use an appointment setup where we literally leverage one-to-one connections. So the appointment setup messages all followers, let's say getting 50 followers a day at $3 each, then that's 25 replies roughly just on our clients metrics, which comes out to $6 per reply. So it's literally cheaper than running a DM direct ad. And these people are literally getting nurtured by your ecosystem the entire time. So they're way warmer than anyone from just a direct ad, okay? From here, we put them through the appointment setting goal, where we essentially find their goal, their problem, we pitch help, then we have the micro commitment of pitching a call to help, and then we pitch the Calendly link, bang. Now they have to actually book into the Calendly link because they said they would. So it's usually like leveraging people saying yes to things and then making them do it. Then we qualify them on the Calendly link, we book them into the call to close them. And so here is like a live example of the process. My client, Julius Inno, we took him from like 5K a month to 46K a month. His ads are running at like 10.6x ROAS right now. So he's absolutely killing it. And you can see right here, he's running an ad, bang, we're using the video ads, going to his Instagram ecosystem where people are getting nurtured. That is funneling through this link over to his YouTube. His YouTube is spending more time with him getting nurtured even more. And then you have the appointment setting process right here. And this system is generating unbelievably good results for all of my clients. This is literally just a few that I could include in here without just like making it boring. So there's a reason why funnels don't work anymore, right? Funnels give you one shot. This is the main thing that I want to kind of have you come away from this video with. You have one shot when it comes to funnels, and that's just not really a good way to run a business, right? Because eventually you're going to run out of people to put through this process, and so things are going to get expensive and you're going to really run out. But this really maximizes the value out of people and builds that trust. That trust is what we can use to actually have people, buy at a higher rate, book calls at a higher rate, and so on, okay? So from here, we have like the traffic mechanism, right? The CRA ads going to your Instagram ecosystem where people are getting nurtured by your stories, your reels, your YouTube. Then we'll profile converting them. If they buy, cool. If they don't buy, cool. They come back in the ecosystem where they can stay for years to come. So the value that comes from doing this ecosystem approach is literally 10% of it is in the short term. So what Julius is doing right here is just 10% of what it's going to do long term for him. That means that it would roughly be 500K per month just off what he's building now. Because imagine all the people who get on a sales call with him who just don't buy for whatever reason, they're scared. They're going to be in the ecosystem, and that pain of inaction is going to continue growing in them until eventually, whether it's 6 months, whether it's a year from now, they're going to have to convert because that pain of inaction once again is growing within them. And so there's going to be countless people all following along, watching other people win, watching his value, and eventually they're going to have to convert. So this funnel works insanely well for the long term. And so these short-term results are a fraction of what the long-term results will produce, okay? So if you're doing 10 to 30K a month and you want to scale to 50K a month in the next 90 days with your own automated Instagram ecosystem, then DM me the word ecosystem on Instagram or just hit subscribe because I'm posting a video every single day breaking this exact strategy down. I'll see you in the next video. Appreciate it.